What up, Laker fam and NBA world? How y'all doing today? Hopefully, everybody's doing well this beautiful weekend. Around the league, man, we had to do a special episode, last minute kind of thing. So, my people had to come through for this one. Coming right back, my boy Empire Jeff. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, sir. How about yourself?
Pretty good, man. Ready to tackle this new CBA.
Exactly.
Uh,
Me
and
too.
then, let's get it. And then we got my boy Mees, the GM. Of course, it wouldn't be around the league without Mees. How you doing, brother?
Good, man. Blessed, man. Thanks for
Uh,
having me.
of course, brother. And then we got to get some new blood in here, man. Vontae, aka Mamba. How you doing, brother?
How you doing, man? Man, respect to the panel, respect to the show, man. Love what y'all do, man. So let's get it
Appreciate you, bro. Hey, you're a part of it now. Let's get it.
going.
So, as the world heard last night, now I wasn't sure if it was April Fool's or not because it happened around midnight, man, where Shams and Woj, they dropped the bomb on us, new CBA. And we're going to talk about it. So, the breaking news is the NBA and the NBA Players Association have agreed to a new 7-year collective bargaining agreement. So, the good news on that is that there will be no lockout, ladies and gentlemen. So, can we please get a round of
Yes,
applause?
sir.
Hoop heads, man, we're not going to miss a beat.
That's right.
So that's the good news. The bad news is that it came with a lot of rule changes, man. Some good, some bad. And we're going to dive into it this episode. We might touch on the Lakers here and there because they've been playing phenomenal as well. But we're going to keep it CBA. Now, the new CBA will start in 2023-2024 season. So officially next year, right? Officially, I do believe. So let's start with the midseason tournament, y'all. The NBA is turning into soccer apparently because now we got a mid-season tournament sometime before Christmas, and there's apparently going to be some prize money for the championship winning teams, right? 500,000 per player. All right, now I'm not sure what type of incentive that is. That's some Mickey Mouse money if you ask these millionaires. I don't know if that moves the needle for these guys, but question, man, what do you guys think about this? New mid-season tournament. Anybody, man.
I think, me personally, I think it's a little drastic, man. I think it's a little drastic, but it could be the fuddy-duddy in me because I was against the playing, and that turned out beautiful. So maybe that's just the old head get off my line. Maybe something I need to see first to get used to it. But I'm gonna have my lip up right now until they prove me otherwise.
My man said I'm old school, man. I don't like change at all.
Yeah, I'm a kind of meet in the middle here. I'm with Mees here. I didn't necessarily love the plan. Now I love it. But I think that playing the mid-season tournament, I think we'll come to love it as well. I think that 500,000, especially for guys like the back end of the bench, I think that'll help them. I think it's another way to generate a lot of money for the league, which means teams make more money, players make more money, they continue to grow. So I think it's something that we'll enjoy, especially because early on in the tournament, the games count towards regular season victory. So I think it'll be worth it.
Okay. We got a positive take up in the house, man. A new blood, Mamba for life. What you got, brother?
Yeah, man. Like you said, the playing tournament, I was a little skeptical of at first. When it happened, I'm like, okay, I like it, man. Okay, I like it. More basketball, more meaning to the end of the season. The mid-season tournament, I'm not really feeling. It's something I'm going to have to watch first because you can't tell me a bunch of vets like Kawhi Leonard, LeBron James, KD going to be up for a mid-season tournament. So we'll see how it goes, though.
Man, you know what, man? Listen, I think my boy Empire Jeff convinced me a little bit. That usually doesn't happen. I'm usually stubborn as heck, man. But he made a good point. It might grow on us. Now, I was on board with the playing tournament from the beginning just because I thought it would be good to avoid some of this tanking level of basketball. Usually around this time of the year, we're getting some really weak play from the lower seeded teams. But now you got a bunch of teams out here playing like it's Game 7. Mm-hmm. So I love the idea from the beginning. Now I don't love this midseason idea at all because first of all, we don't know too many details about it. I guess like Empire Jeff said, we're gonna have to wait and see. So I'm gonna take the same approach. It might grow on us eventually, but it just feels like it's too many changes too soon from the commissioner. In my opinion. Is like the last thing I want to see is the NBA turn into Space Jams 2. You know what I'm saying? Where now we got half court shots worth 5 points and all kinds of stuff. So I'm gonna take the wait and see approach on it, but I'm skeptical. That's my take on that situation, man. And I think a lot of fans are gonna have the similar train of thought. You gotta be skeptical because we haven't seen it yet, right? Anything you haven't seen is a little questionable, but overall, let's see what it brings. Now, this is one that might impact our Lakers in the near future. and I'm not sure if it's positive or negative yet, but I'm gonna let you guys decide. All right. So there's now gonna be a second tax bracket that will be imposed to the highest spending teams. Right. More specifically, teams like the Warriors and the Flippers, who got rich owners and are willing to spend anything to get a super stack squad. On the other hand, teams in the middle of the pack, spending wise, will have an expanded opportunities, according to multiple reports, to spend more, right? And so in the new CBA, high spending teams above the second apron luxury tax aren't allowed to send cash in deals, trade first round picks 7 years away. That's crazy, right? Right there. Or sign players in the buyout market. So they're going to be supremely penalized, right? There will be new spending and trade opportunities for teams that are in the middle and lower spectrum of the payrolls, including larger trade exceptions and expanded exceptions to the salary cap. So basically, essentially, just to break it down for the streets out there, man, teams over the second salary cap apron will no longer have a taxpayer MLE. They're going to be penalized supremely, right? So teams that overspend, essentially. Thoughts on this whole situation? Is it a win, a loss? What y'all think?
This is a win for the Lakers. Absolute win, slam dunk, parade type shit. Win for the Lakers, because what this does is it handcuffs the billionaire owners that can just roll over you. As powerful as the Lakers are, they're not billionaires. It's a family of five. They got to split up the pie. Don't work that way with them. So this is so many different things. I mean, they can't even send cash out to buy second round picks. Like they can't do any of this stuff. So they can't get any buyout market guys. They can't do any of this. They can't. They can't do a deal like a Norman Powell, Rocco situation again, where they add money and get players. They can't do any of this stuff. What this is going to do is it'll be kind of cool, because now you're going to see like buyout market guys going to play-in teams. Like it's going to get to that. So it's going to only make it better. So I love this deal. I love this part of the deal.
Yes. You know, that's why Empire Jeff had to come through today, because he's breaking it down, fam. Listen. You're absolutely right. This is the type of thing that's going to really level the playing field, right? Because now you got these billionaire owners overspending not only on their own free agents, but on the mid-level exception type players signing with them. Even veteran exceptions. All these things they're able to still dabble in will no longer be there if they are spending as much as they are. So Draymond Green was pissed off about it. Y'all seen that?
Yeah.
What y'all think, Mies and Mamba? What y'all think, bro?
Hey man, I'm gonna jump on Empire Jeff, man. His first time hearing this, I think it's a good thing again for the lower tier teams. Because I've been questioning, like, how is it that guys like Isaiah Thomas and Boogie Cousins can't go to Orlando, Detroit and stuff like that? This incentivizes those teams to now be able to load, and I think going forward, you're gonna see some quality basketball from top to 15 going forward. Now it kind of keeps the rich from getting richer. I think it's a beautiful thing.
Hell yeah, bro. I love this comment right here. Bomber's crying.
yeah, absolutely. He like, what?
He punch in the air like a mother sucker, man.
That's right.
What you think, Mamba?
Yeah. Piggyback what they said, man. It's gonna be a dogfight night for the NBA. Every team's gonna be competitive, level. It's gonna give lower teams opportunities to sign the names that they probably wouldn't be able to sign, like right now. Like you were saying, good Boogie Cousins, Isaiah Thomas. So, it's gonna produce a great basketball on the floor.
I love it, man, because I'm not one to cry about fairness. I'm a Laker fan, so we've always had stacked squads, and but we've done it the right way. We really haven't been spending $300 million. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's been a criticism from a lot of player fans on our front office. I think we're primed and ready for this type of situation. Rob Pelinka being a salary cap expert, I think it's just going to help us in this type of situation so much, man. And look, the bottom line is this, man. Steve Ballmer was really happy when he heard about the midseason tournament. All right. This motherfucker threw a parade already.
Gonna win something.
Bro, he already hanging up the banners and shit. He's like, that's around the time Kawhi.
He's gonna help pay for the toilets he got in that new stadium.
But now that he hears that you can't have those backdoor deals like the Norman Powell and Empire Jeff stating, now it's a little level of the playing field. So I love it as well, fellas, to add to what all you said. And it's just gonna be fun to see how it plays out. And I think that's one of the wins. I know Draymond is mad right now because he's thinking about his own paycheck.
That's right.
Mind you, he's hitting unrestricted free agent, and the Warriors might have just closed the door on his ass right there.
Yeah.
Well, another thing to it is they didn't really specify too much on resigning their own free agents, but they also said that layers of this are going to come out in coming seasons. So that 17.5 million quote unquote apron that they're calling it isn't going to hit this summer. So it's kind of going to be phased out. So every team has about like a 5-year run kind of built in with them, right? It looks like they're going to let teams finish with this run of players, and then it's going to kind of kick in. But just think about this for a second. So for the Lakers alone, Ballmer, you know what I mean? That new Phoenix billionaire owner, that Milwaukee Bucks billionaire owner, like these dudes are not going to be able to do the things and just bleed money anymore. So this is a major one. Like just think of OKC and all those trade pieces that they have, all those draft picks, all that cap space, and to be able to, big part of this, they're expanding trade exemptions. And they're the trade exemption like masters. So a team like that is going to be able to send out players, absorb money, get these massive tax trade exemptions, have all these picks. The next star that comes on the market, they're like, let's go. They'll be ready.
I love it. And now you're going to have teams like you guys mentioned. They usually would pass on us because we're like the 7th seed or whatever, and would go to like contenders. Now, hey, we got more money to offer, bro, because them other teams was cheating anyway. So,
Facts.
You really want to win? You're gonna sacrifice an extra 3 to 5 mil? Go for it, But the Lakers, we've been waiting with our arms open. Rob Pelinka, he's a shark with the contract situation. Yeah. We're talking about we have an agent for a front office guy, man.
You got to play chess now as a GM.
Yeah, a top tier agent. Like he was a legit one.
Man, he was a mathematician since he was born, bro. He came out here with the crunching the numbers. All right, so we do got to talk about this rule as well, man. Again, it's up and down, up and down. So the All-NBA teams will now be positionless in the new CBA with a 65-game minimum for eligibility. So now, to be a part of the All-NBA teams, you don't no longer have to be like a center, power forward, small forward. If it's 5 best guards in the league, those are going to be All-NBA. If it's 5 centers or 5 small forwards, so be it. What do you guys think of this new rule change?
For me, I kind of like it, man. It's a lot of great basketball players out there, so it's kind of hard to like right now. We have the centers for Joel Embiid, Jokic, Giannis. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be able to expand that for them to get those awards. I do see a downside to it a little bit. I don't want to see 5-point guards getting all NBA, but the 65 game limit, I think that's great as well. It keeps from Kawhi sitting out games and taking breaks off and stuff like that. So I like it.
Okay.
Ready to see what it look like.
I agree. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Mies.
Man, just off the top, it's a little tough because the old traditional. The big man, he's already being phased out of the All-Star game, so it's going to punish them. But then at the same time, you have great guards who are being squeezed out from getting their accolades just from a numbers perspective. So it definitely helps them out. So it's kind of like position-based who's really going to be feeling it the most. I do think it's a lot of guards that should be out there that's getting ignored, that have that chance now to get their shine on, actually build on their legacy. So it's tough both ways. Either way, somebody's gonna be mad. So it's gonna be worth checking it out and getting used to.
Yeah, I think it further. They already took the center off the All-Star ballot, right? So now they're gonna take them off here. I think there's gonna be a lot more 7-footers that growing up trying to be tight ends in the NFL now, right? But at the same time, I think it. The key point to this, which is the really important part, is the 65 games things. If you think about that, Braun, AD, Steph, Dame, Luka, etc., none of these would qualify this year. Ooh. And it's major when it comes to Supermax money. So the Supermax, like the way it works is crazy, right? So this is what it's about. So the owners are a little crafty with this. They kind of snuck this in here, right? Yep. So to get a Supermax, you have to make all NBA within either the current year that leads into that summer or 2 out of the 3 years to get it, right? Same with Defensive Player of the Year, and MVP's got to be once within the 3 years. So what they're doing is they're making these 65 games, what are the odds of these guys playing those games? So now it's really about attacking that Supermax money because you can't qualify for Supermax unless you make All NBA, MVP, Defensive Player of the Year. So that's what they did. They slid that in there, and the players may cry about that later, but I think it's great because it's going to make these players play.
Empire Jeff bringing the jewels, man.
Empire Jeff he better than ESPN right now, man. We breaking it down for the streets.
I told you I love this. It was gonna be some nerd shit. I'm ready. Let's go.
You just dropped the bomb on that one, bro. That's changing the game right
He's
there.
He's absolutely right, and that's why I think guys like Draymond are pissed the heck off. Matter of fact, Damian Lillard just made his pitch for first All NBA. He just said, "I think I deserve that shit."
We could do a whole episode on this, but yeah.
So I find it hilarious, man, because now all of a sudden we're starting to bridge the gap between caring and getting paid, right? So now you got to care more to get paid, right? You can't go out here, bullshitting half of the season, or you're gonna miss out on a bunch of accolades. So I think that's a major win for the fans, for the owners, and just for the lovers of basketball. It's a major loss for everybody who clips their toenails and they don't want to play the next game because they cut themselves or something. Yeah. Everybody who really takes half the season off, they're crying right now. They're calling the league offices ASAP, trying to resend the contract. And so that's fine. Draymond, all these Warriors fans are pissed off about it because they've been breaking the rules for a long time, bro.
They kind of threw an extra thing in there to them too. They're like, yeah, now you got to play 83 games, sucker, with that midseason championship game. So absolutely. That's one thing that's I don't really love is they didn't do anything about back-to-backs. So that's the one thing I didn't like.
You got to say, though, for the Players Association, they kind of screwed the pooch on this collective bargaining agreement, man. They lost out on a lot. And I think this was the incentive, all right? So marijuana eliminated from the anti-drug testing program in the NBA CBA now. I mean, let's be honest, man. Players was already smoking, bro. I mean, you see Brandon Ingram. He ain't Brandon Ingram. Come on, man. So all this does is it saves them a little bit of money from, buying the stingers off of the smoke shops and trying to cover their urinal tests and stuff like that. But they was already smoking, bro. So I think this is one of the ways that the owner said, all right, let's throw them a nugget and eventually they'll sign whatever we want. So the players' eyes lit up. They're like, oh, we don't got to get drug tested for weed no more. Banger, let's sign the contract. So I think that's how they got him right there, man. What do you guys think of that whole situation, man? Players can now blaze a day before the game and then show up to work, man. What y'all think?
They're doing it anyways. I mean, the league has kind of been looking the other way on that for, I think 5 years. I can't remember the last time a player got in trouble for it. So now they're just making it like, the reason is, think like the Ja Morant stuff, the Instagram Live getting caught on film and stuff. If players get caught with smoking some stuff, the NBA doesn't want to lose the brand over that. So like, look, if you get caught, who cares? We're not policing it.
Absolutely, yeah. It's all strategy for the NBA. It's all about money for them. What you think, Mees?
I co-sign that. It gets rid of that whole criminal stigma that it's had on them. Like you say, keep guys from having to get their boy to pass their piss test and all that extra drama behind it. Leave the dudes alone because they're doing it anyway. And the owner's like, well, we're doing it too. So we want to make you look bad and mess with the league for that. Come on, man.
I mean, come on, man. You can't just glaze over Brandon Ingram like that. Like this bro came in. He got drafted high,
Yeah, dude. There's times you can't even see his eyeballs sometimes. It's like they're so rolled back. Like
still getting buckets.
Yeah.
What you think, Mamba?
Oh man, I think it's been a long time coming, man. Like you said, players been doing Matt Barnstadt, you know what I'm saying? Steven Jackson, they talk about it. So, I'm all for it, man.
Okay. So I mean that's just I guess protocol. Now the minimum age requirement remains at 19, right? So no more, straight out of high school, I guess. There was rumors that was trying to get worked in there, but veterans, they want to keep their job for a year longer at least, So, what do you guys think of that? One and done, basically. You got to go to college or play overseas for 1 year, or
there's a couple layers from that. One, NBA teams didn't want to go to like lower level college or high school gyms, so that they never really want to do that. You have it dead on there about the vets having 1 more year. And realistically, these guys were never going to play on the NBA rosters anyways. They'd be going to the G League, and that league is probably not even fully set up and ready for those type of players yet. That's probably a few years down the line. So I think it's a good thing. The players didn't really even push for it, and then the player just didn't really push for it at the end.
Right. Yeah, we're not worried about Bronny James right now. Nope. Like, go to college, young buck.
Mm-hmm. That's real.
You guys agree?
I think it's a good thing. I think it also helps the college game out. Instead of guys just skipping that whole situation, let the college brand do their thing and build their brand, and still could get paid in college too. So give you a chance to develop and get your bag instead of coming here unprepared skinny, unready and getting kicked out the league. Go make your money in college, man. Ain't nothing wrong with helping that brand.
Yep.
Facts.
Yeah, I feel the same, man. Like I said, the NIL league deals now for the college players for them to make their money. Like I said, builds the college brand up, like me said. So yeah, I think it's a good thing as well, man.
All right. Yeah. Well. Yeah. I mean, again, just standard issue. I mean, we all figured it was going to be that, right? And then the CBA, like, I don't think anybody was expecting, high school players to come out. Like, nobody's trying to change diapers out here, man. So I love young talent. Don't get me wrong, but I think one and done rule is really good, man. It gives them a year to mature. It buys more time for the vets, like we talked about, and it's just standard protocol. All right. So here's a rule I really like, a rule change, all right? So now teams gain a third two-way contract spot.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I love that. More player development, more opportunities. Now we don't got to choose between Jay Huff and Scottie Pippen Jr. You know what I'm saying? We can throw them all up in there. What y'all think on this, man?
I love it. I love it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like the Lakers, we scout greatly in the second round. So we have a lot of talent sometimes, and we can't bring everybody up. So I think it's opened up more opportunity for us to sign that extra player if we want to see how they, play on our real roster, give us time to develop on our G League team. And if we got to bring them up, we can bring them up. So I love it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's a beautiful thing. I mean, you see the situation with us needing a big man. It's too many dudes looking for work, man. It just open up that spot, man. Let them dudes come on here, at least collect the check, sit on the bench, add to a team's depth instead of having to cut somebody great due to a numbers game. I think it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I love it because the Lakers are already great at doing that anyways. And now it's an extra layer. And with the amount of teams that can now buy less second round picks, that means the price for second round picks goes down. I'm telling you, this is like a Lakers dream, the CBA, man. I'm telling you, it's lining up.
Rob Pelinka was
might
behind
be
the
in
scenes,
man.
We said the same thing, bro. Rob Pelinka was behind the scenes. I heard the Rob father doing work behind the scenes.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Really quick shout out to Joseph, man, for the cash app. He said, check out Sham's tweet. Sure enough, I did. And it says additional salary related changes to the new CBA. So 7.5 increase to the mid-level exception and a 30% increase to the room exception. So that, I mean, come on, man. And
some teams can't even use it. So it's like, oh man, just
give us the 18th ring already.
He just I didn't. I'm on the stream, so I didn't see that. He that just hit.
It just hit, man.
Wow.
Shams just updated this all, man. You're getting breaking news on Around the League,
man. So say that again. 7.5 increase to the.
So it's a 7.5% increase to the mid-level exception that you can offer now. And then there's a 30% increase to the room exception. So
man,
they're gonna be able to feast on some really good quality role players, man.
So that's about 12.5 now for the mid-level, and the 30%, which is about 9.5 to 10. That was going up 30%. Oh my God!
Even more of an incentive for teams like the Clippers and the Warriors to play fair, because they're gonna lose all those privileges if they continue spending the way they are.
So that will afford the Lakers to keep players like, so when they hit these gems like Austin Reeves or something like that, that they get on those 2-year deals, the only 2-year deals out the gate, and they come out, they can use that exemption on him, and he can get fair market value. Oh my God!
Absolutely, man. Listen, man, we killing it, man. We do, man. Listen,
I like Jeff, man. I'm going to have to follow you, man.
Appreciate you,
everybody
man.
follow Empire Jeff on Twitter.
That's what I'm talking about.
But yeah, listen, man, it's crazy out here, man. The new CBA definitely favors teams that are playing the right way. And now all these broke comments that were coming out about our front office and about the Lakers, I mean, you guys feel foolish now, don't you? Because we're already ready to succeed under the new CBA. So, we don't have to make no adjustments. On the other hand, teams like the Warriors and the Clippers, don't be surprised. Of course, especially if they don't win it all, there's going to be some trades in the offseason, baby.
Blow it up. Yep.
There's going to be some trades in the offseason. All right. So let's talk a little bit about the Lakers, man. They've been hooping lately, fam. I mean, this is a Laker channel after all. You guys saw what we did to the Minnesota Timberwolves, especially in the second half defensively, man, cooking. Now, I got to ask y'all this. Is that something the Lakers could sustain? Now, I already know the answer to it, but I want to know your opinion. Is that something the Lakers could sustain all throughout the course of the playoffs, assuming we made it?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, Vontae. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say definitely, man. I love the way this team is fighting with grit every time, man. Every time. I know we've been critical of Darvin Ham, rightfully so, but I feel like Darvin Ham really has his players fighting every night. Even with the other team, they fought they just didn't have the players to finish games like we do now. We have D'Lo, we have
I
LeBron,
give it to him. I give it to him.
we have Austin Reeves. So I definitely think we can sustain this, health. AD scared the hell out of me last night.
Yes, indeed.
Oh my god! When he started grabbing his ankle like that, bro, I was like, my life flashed before my eyes.
Man. But yeah, barring health, man, I feel like the sky's the limit. Even this season, not next season, this season, I feel like with the West so wide open, I feel like we can sustain this health, we can sustain this momentum. I feel like the sky's the limit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so they absolutely can because they have. This isn't something that's been a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. This has been since February 2nd. You feel me? So this is something since the trade deadline, while they had injuries. They're 10th overall on defense for the entire year. They're third since the All-Star break. So, the All-Star game was February 9th, right? So, it's already there. It's there, and it's just climbing and climbing and climbing. So they absolutely can. What's even better is their offense is climbing. So it's stacked with that. So their defense being locked down and being able to do what they did, they frustrated the hell out of Minnesota. They did. That one play where Cat, you saw Cat resorted to like a one-leg hop jumper from the corner. He was so frustrated. But that play where he had on the 3-point line and Rui dug in and everybody switched, like there's synergy there now. And that defense and Dennis the Menace out there being an animal on defense. AD back to being a dominant two-way player. LeBron acting like he could spell defense again. So it's like there are things out there. It can absolutely continue, and it's not going to stop there. It's going to get better. They're going to get better defensively.
Absolutely, man. And to add to what you just said, bro, that starting lineup to me is perfect. You're talking about a perfect balance of floor spacing, playmaking, defense, rebounding, and just scoring inside. Like, we now got the inside-outside game going offensively, and then defensively, we got guys that can get back in transition, guys who can play the passing lanes, guys who can do all kinds of things defensively, switch multiple positions. And when Dennis comes off the bench playing like a dog the way he did, man, he was a motherfucker last night. He was.
Yes, he was. Say it again. Yes, he was.
He was like,
he was.
Man, I'll shut up, man.
I gave that boy the blues all year, but last night I did have my lip up like.
Well, he's playing in his role. He's playing the role he should be in, which is a backup point guard. He's playing in the role he should be playing in. And Beasley should be coming off the bench. When we got him from Utah, he led the league in threes off the bench. You get what I'm saying? That's his role. That's what he should be. So that I agree. This is the lineup I've been wanting to see, and now Darvin is showing us some trust.
Absolutely, man. I absolutely love what the Lakers have done since the trade deadline, man. We are officially 14-7. So we doubled up on victories, man, since the trade deadline. One game over 500, first time since 2022 we've done that. And on the other hand, I don't want to talk about the flippers, but I'm not even sure they have a winning record at this point. They might be right at 500. I don't know.
They're 9-8 since they got Russ.
Okay, so they're one game over. That's fine. That's cute and all, but they were already.
It's adorable.
Yeah. But the trade. This is one of those trades that I think is going to go down in the history for the Lakers as far as changing our trajectory and where we were at and where we're going now. Because a lot of people, including myself, we're starting to believe that maybe the Lakers front office does not want to win this season, right? Matter of fact, we came into the year thinking maybe this is a punted away season, but I always held out hope. I was like, let's just wait and see, right? Trade deadline answered every question we needed, man. So very proud of these boys, absolutely. And I actually think, we're going to surprise some teams out here in the Western Conference. We might even, if the stars align, man, where do you guys see this Lakers team finishing, assuming no injuries moving forward, assuming the chemistry continues to build and the rotations continue to strengthen up? Where you guys got them going, man?
Bro, barring injury, we stay healthy. I'm gonna be maybe I ain't the first to throw it out there, but I'm throwing back to back easy. Not just being a crazy fan. I'm throwing back to back easy.
I'm easy? Whoa!
I'm like Vince Carter said.
Oh man,
they don't want no problems. And then this roster for a full season, I'm calling LeBron. LeBron about to get 6. I'm gonna throw it out there and I'm gonna put my stamp on it.
All right, well, there's
hot take on the league.
Yeah, so
fortune take, man.
I'm a fan on it.
I love the confidence. I love the excitement, but there's absolutely nothing easy about winning an NBA championship, let alone back to back. But I love the energy. But realistically, matchups matter. Who they face will kind of determine that. Winter said something very, very key. Basically, when he said that probably the 3 best teams in the NBA are in the East, and if the Lakers go to the finals, they only got to face one. So that is major. So I fear no one. There are some people I maybe like to see early in stride, but I could see them going to the finals. I definitely could see them going to the finals. I mean, they're the team that nobody wants to face in the first round. Absolutely.
You see it now. People sitting out games, man. They don't want to see it.
Yeah, they're trying to avoid us at all costs, brother. That's right. LeBron came back, man, with that robo foot, and, different, man. So the thing is that this team, man, I've been looking at the trend since the trade deadline. It's like we've been losing the game and winning the next 2 to 3. That to me is a recipe for championship, because if they continue playing that way,
series,
you know what I'm saying? If you look at it in a series standpoint, and I feel like we could only strengthen up defensively and offensively as we start figuring out the opposition, especially when we go up against those unexperienced teams that haven't been that deep into the water. And that's when I think LeBron and AD are going to feast on those little suckers, man.
And you know what's great? Defense travels, right? And their defense has gotten better, and their road record as a result has gotten better. We don't win any of these games a few weeks ago.
That's true.
So it's like you could just see it at the end of the game. They've been in so many games, they never really got blown out all year. They just couldn't finish. All they needed to do was figure out how to come out of the locker room in the third quarter, because they were really solid in fourth quarters. Third quarters are trash, and then they just couldn't finish the final minute and their free throws. And free throws aside, they've turned those other things around, and that is the recipe to get to where they got to go.
Absolutely. And I think, you know what? Sorry, bro.
Go ahead.
To add to what you just said, Jeff, I think that's very telling that this Laker team is already so dangerous and they got a lot of room for improvement. Like if they fix the free throw issue and the turnover issue, and sometimes we get a little careless, down the stretch during the executions, like that one play when Wenyen just rolled the ball and gave up like a 3-point play. Stuff like that, we could just cut back on bullshit like that. We'll be 10 times better, man. Right. And I think, like Jeff said, this team is trending in the right direction. And they're at the right time, too. You love to see it, man.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. But my bad, bro. I cut you off. Go ahead, bro.
No, you good, man. No, I was just going to say, man, like everybody else said, the whole panel said, man, I think this Lakers team can win a championship. At the way we're peaking right now, we're peaking at the right time, like Dan said, man. Like he said, like Jeff said, matchups do matter. So if we was to make the finals this year, I would rather play Boston than Milwaukee, to be honest with you, just because of Milwaukee's size. I feel like Milwaukee's size will be a problem just because Darvin Ham likes to play small ball a little bit too much for me. But I still think we can win the championship, though. But I would rather play Boston. It'd be more sweeter to be Boston, too.
Man, that would be great, man.
Lakers versus Boston for number 18?
And Lakers versus Boston and Braun versus Boston. Like all together. Oh, my God. Come on, man.
That's nasty.
And then we got to get Jason Tatum back for that bullshit he did, man. Where he went from beloved from some Laker fans to one of the most hated, bro. How are you going to put Kobe on a Celtic jersey and rock that on a nationally televised game? I wanted to come across the screen and just Serena Williams that motherfucker.
I have a love-hate relationship with Jason Tatum. He's from my hometown, so but
that's understandable.
On the low.
I'm a Laker.
But don't ever say that in my channel again, homie.
Yo, what's Dan gonna do when Tatum becomes a Laker? Oh,
man.
I'm kidding.
You know my rule, man.
Yeah, team before. Yeah. No, I got you.
Man. I accepted Patrick Beverly ugly ass in here, man. Come on. so come on.
Hey, whenever you come to LA, I'm like Rick James, baby. Just
yo,
come on home, man.
Look, Ray Allen is a perfect example for that. I mean, look, one of ours now. I don't think of him as a Celtic anymore. And I never thought that would happen. So that's crazy, right?
Another one of Kobe's guys. You know what I mean?
Same way with LeBron, man. When LeBron came, I don't think everybody's too happy when LeBron came here, but
right? Absolutely, man. Well, I was happy as shit because I'm the type of fan that when we get one of the best of all time,
relative again.
You're helping the Lakers out, bro. I'm on board. Right. I don't care, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, some Laker fans were a little confused. It's all right. Hopefully they come around. But all right, now we got to move on to some nostalgic questions, man. Which Laker player, past or present, and I assume we're all diehard Laker fans here, do you think will make the best head coach and why? Past or present, if you could pick one ex-Laker player or current Laker player, who do you think is the best coach? Like if you had to hire him to be the next Laker coach, who you picking, fam? I can go first. I got a name already.
I do too.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. It's your show. Go ahead.
For me, bro, Rajon Rondo. I absolutely go.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Rondo has impressed me. I just feel like he was a coach on the floor extension of what we had on the sidelines when he was here. And he was so crucial to that championship run. Yeah, I absolutely love what he did here. And go ahead, Jeff. You could add to it if you want, bro. I'm not gonna.
No, it was Rondo. It was Rondo. Yeah, it was Rondo just because the toughness, the smarts, and most importantly, the dedication to the film room. He was a great vet towards rookies. Just he checks all the boxes, and he'll choke a motherfucker out if he gets out of line too.
Rondo put hands on you.
Yeah, so I would. Yeah, he is a real one. The Rondo was my guy. I was legit hoping before he got into some of that trouble that he would at least be on the bench. You know, that the Lakers would add him once he was done. Playing. I would love to see him as a future coach for the Lakers.
Me too, man. He definitely earned my respect in them regards. Who you guys got? Anybody different?
Man, I wanted to go to another lane, but y'all got me on the Rondo, because he's one of the few players you've seen his impact coaching wise on the floor, top to bottom. He sticks out like a sore thumb to me. I mean, Derek Fisher already had his run, and it didn't go too well, right. Although the roster he had has a lot to do with it. So I'll still kind of throw Fisher in there and see what he could do with a better roster. But until then, I'm going to have to roll with Rondo.
Yep.
Absolutely, man. All right, 3 for 3.
Yeah. I was going to say, man, Rondo, man. He got the brain IQ of Einstein, man, on the court, man. So it's definitely Rondo. If I had to have a runner-up, maybe Pau Gasol. But, it'll be Rondo for me, number one.
Facts. And we got an interesting comment here about my boy Kevin King. Shout out to Kevin King. He said Rondo and Meta assistant coach.
Oh man, the whole league would get slapped up.
Yeah, that's the problem. You don't want no coaches going to the fan with some other coaches. They'll put
we won't need security. We need no team security. If we got
that is part 2 right there, man. we choking motherfuckers out. That happened.
No, Rondo got my love when he punched Chris Paul, man.
Hey, fact.
When he spit on Chris Paul. That was crazy.
I think all of LA adopted that moment. Because before then, I was hearing a lot of, trade Rondo, he doesn't fit. And I kept telling people, playoff Rondo is a legend Rondo, man. You got to wait to see what he does. Right.
I don't think a lot of people understand that Game 6 against Miami, he was the one that drew up the defense in that game. Yeah. He in the film, he designed the entire defense for Game 6 that closed it out.
Those veterans are next level come postseason, man. Like, young players are amazing. But I'm excited to see what our young players can do this postseason. I mean, I've never seen Austin Reeves in the postseason. I've never seen a couple of these guys, so I'm nervous and excited at the same time if that comes to fruition. All right. So besides LeBron or AD, right, talking about the young players or anybody, which current Laker player has the best chance of becoming a Hall of Famer, man, if there's any? If you guys see any potential in these young studs or the mid, guys, who you got besides LeBron and AD? Those are the obvious answers. Hall of Famers, man. See any?
I don't see any yet. I know sometimes if a team goes on like a good run where they're like a back-to-back titles or a three-peat or something like that, then some role players get elevated. But I probably like skill-wise, probably D'Lo. Skill-wise, he might be the closest, and he's probably going to play a long time. But he doesn't definitely not first ballot Hall of Famer. But if the Lakers get a couple chips and he's a driving force in that, I could see him potentially. And it's gonna be crazy. But if Austin Reeves continues to develop, and the media loves him, and that's important when it comes to Hall of Fame. So those would be 1 and 1A, but it's still a long shot for both.
Okay. No, I absolutely agree. It all matters on what have you done for me lately, and you got to win those championships for sure for any of it to be solidified, even in question, right? You guys got anybody?
It's kind of tough because I roll with Jeff on this one. I don't really see them being Hall of Famers, but if there is one, D'Lo will probably be the only one that could slide in on some Robert Horry type, Ginobili type, but averaging 18, it's going to be really tough to get in there. He really got to go on a run and stand out as that guy, which he's capable of doing. I think he's the only one that can kind of slip his way into that bracket.
Yeah, like post LeBron, if he takes over, he could probably, because think about like Robert Horry didn't even make Hall of Fame. That's crazy, right? Mm-hmm. So it's or if Vando can kind of do that Draymond role, become that, and just like I said, if they're going to run them, But again,
I like that answer a lot. What you got, Mamba?
Nah, man. For me, it's kind of tough, man. I would say Austin Reeves. I I like the way his growth is becoming from the first to second year. So I think his ceiling is high. I hear the D-Lo takes. I really do. I think it's. I would say Austin Reeves though. I like the Vando take as well, but I would say Austin Reeves though.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad. Listen, I thought I was gonna be the only one to say Austin Reeves, but yeah, I absolutely agree, man. Listen, D'Lo could, if he stayed consistent and healthy, maybe if he stayed with the Lakers multiple years and did some damage. I mean, this platform elevates you like no other. So especially if you help him win championships and you're averaging around 17 or 18 a game, you're probably like the closest one as far as realistic possibility. But like my boy said, man, you look at Austin Reeves' leap from year 1 to year 2. If he continues that ascend, if he continues learning from the best of the best, because the best players learn. They're like sponges, man. They play with great players, they get better. He continues that, man, and he stays in the starting lineup with LeBron. I really think he'll have a crack, but of course we have to win championships, and he has to be one of the major reasons why as well. I mean, but still, man, I like the question just for potential purposes. I like to think 10 years into the future, if we have anybody that's worthy, on the roster. But it all depends on how they continue to traject, right? Because there's always, stuff that can happen, injuries or players could just fall off the cliff. I mean, Darren Williams, right? Come on, man.
Yeah, that was quick.
D. Will was looking like the next in line, the next Chris Paul. He was up there mentioning with him.
Yeah, they were head-to-head for a while. They were head-to-head for a while.
That guy.
I actually used to like, Darren Williams when he was in Utah better than Chris Paul. That's how highly I used to think of him.
I did too.
Yeah.
He's on my fantasy squad, bro.
He was a killer. He was a killer.
Killer crossover, man.
I think that's what Damian Lillard's scared of. That's why he's like, nah, bro, I'm not trying to become the next Darren Williams. But hey, you can play it safe and just be a part of history, or you can make history and take it to the next level. So I just mentioned it because I seen somebody mention Damian down below. Now, I'll ask you guys this: do you guys think he's going to get traded this summer? Because I do. I feel like it's time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think it's time, man. I think it's time.
But like legit prediction, because what I've been seeing from the interviews and stuff is like he seems like the passive aggressive type. Like he's not going to come out here like Kobe and say, do something and do it now. But he is going to be like throwing little jabs in the podcast and little tweets and stuff. That's the modern day NBA players. They're not very, confrontational. I wish they were, to be honest with you, because closed mouths don't get fed. But
I think he definitely. I think we kind of got a little rant on this on the last show we were on, right? So it's I think it's more likely than if he was ever going to get traded, it's now. I think it's more likely now than it's been. And if he does, I think it's to the Knicks.
That would be fire, bro. That would be fire.
Yeah. So I don't want to go repeat too much of what I said on the last show, but like I said, I think Dame has had like this kind of handshake agreement with Portland that they take all the heat. He takes none of the blame. He gets all the money. He is the face. He eats first. He gets his buckets. He gets his legacy. He gets his all personal stuff. And then in the event that it's time to move it, that it's because they decided and he didn't request it. So I think there's like a handshake agreement there. But that is a big ass deal to move. But the Knicks, I mean, they're dumb enough to give up, assets for that money. You got RJ Barrett, you got Randall's contract, you've got picks, the Knicks are positioned for to get another star. So and Dame is it's been kind of leaked that Dame, if he ever was going to be traded, that he'd prefer New York. So
it'd be amazing for his brand, bro. All of a sudden, Dame Dollar is getting them Dame Dollars.
It would be amazing for games at the Garden, my God, it is.
Man. That fan base is amazing. They deserve some good basketball. And they're getting good basketball this year, but I don't think we ever look at the Knicks as legit contenders. I don't think you should either, because they don't have that mega star that's going to take them to the next level. Right?
Him and Brunson would be.
And Julius.
Julius might have to move, because I'm telling you, his money is so big that you have to. I got to look at the cap situation with the Knicks, but it's like that. I think he's double supermax, bro. So that's not just that's like Westbrook and then some. But wasn't Shams reporting or Woj? I don't remember which one it was, that they can make a deal and not even move off of their major contract. That's how good situated they are moving forward with their contract. Yeah, the Knicks are positioned. I haven't looked at their books like in a couple.
They have tons of draft picks, so I think it would be really built around the draft picks. But you're right, they have to match the salaries.
It would probably be like so here's the thing: if Portland's going to move him and start over. So again, another reason, which is the topic of the show, right? I think another reason why Dame goes is because of the CBA, because now you got teams in the mid and lower levels that are going to be incentivized to wipe out and like start over. So if they can move that, you got Jeremy Grant, who's a free agent. They can move him, or let him go. I believe that they signed Simons at that big deal to be able to move him for assets too. They signed him to a big deal. So I think that they got him that they can move him. Portland is probably going to wipe the deck, stack picks, get a a young up and coming player or two, and then go from there.
Facts.
You know what? On top of that, I think because he's been so good in Portland, ain't brought no drama, including the trade situation. I think they might do a favorable deal, kind of like they did with Durant, where they don't want to break up a team's nucleus to get a bunch of picks so that he can go and potentially win, if not a championship, at least be a contender somewhere else. I think they may try to do him a favor like they did KD.
I think he gets a deal probably similar to that, a bunch of picks, some NBA ready players, and then I think but I think it does.
I want to know what scares the living shit out of me. is if the Celtics get involved.
I was just gonna say that, man.
If the Celtics get involved for Damian Lillard, because their situation with Jaylen Brown has not been very good, and that's the type of player you would actually build around. He's young. What is he? 26, 27?
Yeah, but I would actually be less scared of the Celtics with Dame than Jaylen. If it were me, like if they do a swap of Dame for Jaylen, I think the Celtics go backwards. Because Jaylen's a two-way player. Jaylen's a dog, bro. Jaylen's a dog. Jaylen's a dog.
We're gonna have to fight on that.
Jaylen.
Grant Williams, or what's his name? The center, the 7-footer.
Robert Williams.
Robert Williams. They still have Marcus Smart as a 6-man, probably.
And
then Jason Tatum with Damian Lillard. Oh my goodness.
I'm telling you, if Portland calls Boston for Jaylen Brown, they're hanging up on him. Like I'm telling you, like they won't do that deal. Now I'm not saying Jaylen doesn't get moved eventually, because again the CBA and his money jumping up.
What if they sweeten the pot and throw in Jeremy Grant? And now you got that wing, to cover.
I don't think so, because he's a free agent and the sign and trade would hard cap them, and I don't think Boston wants to be hard capped. So but then that would be. Now, it could go crazy. I don't think it's gonna happen with Boston. I think it would be Knicks, maybe Miami, but
Miami's the one I have my eye on. I kind of see that going down.
Like the Clippers will definitely try to get involved, but because the Clippers are going to be in a panic trying to do this stuff before the 17.5 thing kicks in.
Okay, let me ask y'all a super crazy question, because I don't like talking Laker trades at all. Especially when we're having such a great season, out of respect for the players. But Portland calls the Lakers. wait. Portland calls the Lakers, but we don't have to trade LeBron James and we don't have to trade Anthony Davis. You doing that?
I feel like it was a year earlier, maybe. I think when we seeing this brand of basketball with the depth, especially with injuries, I feel like we need to keep this team, especially our youth. Damian's, I think he's 32 years old. So I'm going to keep youth. Maybe if you asked me like a year ago, maybe.
Yeah.
But you hit it dead on the head.
Hey, but listen, what did they say? D'Lo, Austin Reeves, with the newly signed contract, Austin Reeves, D'Lo, and a first-round pick. I'm at
the decline.
I wouldn't, because that would hard cap the Lakers. So any signing trade hard caps you. So I wouldn't do that. And besides, we've got the Lakers. I hope have given up on the three-headed monster and preferred depth.
Yes.
And my next thing is imagine, so you're going to three-head and you're going to count on, bro, we're going to sit here and literally try to count on LeBron James at 39, AD and Dame to all be healthy.
Absolutely. No, listen, I was testing you guys. I wanted to see what y'all said, because I agree. I'm actually on board with this new team. I think this should be the team moving forward. If we can acquire maybe one minor free agent here or there to add to it, great. But I'd literally bring back everybody, including Lonnie Walker, who I don't think has gotten the praise he deserves. But
I would love to get Lonnie Walker back. I just hope they can afford him. But I would love to get Lonnie back.
Yeah, I'd literally bring back everybody, and then that 15 roster spot. And I've mentioned it many times here, man. I got my eyes on Stanley Johnson. That's just how I feel, man. I know you're probably thinking now we got too many forwards, Dan, but to me, it's never enough forwards.
It's never enough.
Especially when we go deep into the season. Go ahead.
And he can guard multiple slots. So it doesn't really matter the position he plays. For his role would be the positions he can guard, and he can guard multiple.
And my question is, why do you think players like him go undervalued in the league? Same thing with Vando. Why? Is it because they don't sell tickets? They're not sexy names? Like, what is it?
Well,
I think that got a lot to do with it. That sexy name, but they're utility guys, so it's their value isn't high enough to get a super huge contract, so they're kind of going to bounce around multiple teams anyway.
But you would think like a team like Golden State or somebody who's on the brink, right, would want a defender like him who could switch multiple positions, do stuff. I don't get it, man.
The problem is the reality of that is that the pace of today's game. When you got a guy out there who can stop people, but the rate of possessions that are going up and a guy that really can't get his own bucket or isn't going to drain threes, it's kind of a net negative, really, because he's out there. He can help you in the playoffs when the game slows down, but that's why you'll see him get waived, pick up, and then he'll get picked up like the end of the year because that's when he's really kind of valuable. But to carry him for an entire season, it's tough because, like I said, the pace of today's game, guys like him, they just don't fit.
That's a great answer. That's a great answer. However, I don't buy it, man. I think he could definitely be a utility.
No, I agree. I'm just saying that's how teams pretty much like treat it, right? I agree with you. I would take him the entire year.
I appreciate every team letting go Vando because we needed Vando every game for the stars and he done been clamping them up, man. So I appreciate them teams.
Do you guys think that the NBA will ever go back to prioritizing some defense, or is it going to stay like this forever, man? After seeing what Vanderbilt has done for the Lakers. Like, that's my real question.
I think it's going to be a shift going on, especially the Russell Westbrook trade. I think is going to change a lot of GMs away from that 3-star situation and trying to add like we did. And I think that's going to make guys like Stanley more valuable. So over the next year, Cats is going to get rid of their third guy and be like, okay, we have to match the Lakers with youth and depth. So I think it's going to start a slow trend back in that direction.
That's an excellent point. It's like devaluing the super team completely. So that's an excellent point.
And it is one of those copycat leagues that successful beat people's guides. Everybody try to be like Golden State right now. But if the Lakers win a championship with all this defense, you're going to see a lot of copycats out there, man, that are going to all of a sudden value guys like Stanley and guys like that a little bit more. So I do think that's a big, huge part of the reason. And I love this brand of basketball the Lakers are playing. It's very old school, fam. It's like
fun again. It's fun again. Yeah.
Very passionate, man. It's like we're watching the playoffs already, right? With that intensity. Man. All right, man. So that's pretty much the basketball questions for this week's episode of Around the League. But, I can't let you guys go without poking some fun at y'all, man. I got some fun questions, all right? Maybe some dumb ones, but here you go. If animals could talk, man, which species do you think would be the rudest? Gotta ask it, man.
Cats.
Hey, that's real.
No, yeah.
Because they're dicks, huh? They're just
they're jerks without speaking. Imagine if they could talk.
Feelings.
Yeah, just feed me. Yeah, that's it.
Cats are the most selfish creature. Pet me when I'm in the mood. If I'm not, leave me alone.
Oh, man. He took the answer right out of my mouth because I was about to say, a cat will have you sleeping, on the floor.
That's right.
If he could talk. Anybody got a different answer?
Nah, I think cats.
Nah, I'm rolling with him on that.
That was the golden answer, man. All right. Got another one. Let me see. Would you rather fight a shark or a bear, and why?
Oh, damn.
That's cold.
Sink or swim, either way, bro.
Literally. Damn, fight.
That's tough.
I'm probably bird for me. I can't swim, man. So
I mean, they say if you're fighting a bear to make yourself appear taller to give yourself a chance. And sharks, like, dog, there's just no way. Like, there's just no way. One, you can't even move. You're in the water. Like, you really can't go nowhere. A bear, I mean, hopefully maybe something else catches his attention. But bears aren't too smart. But I'm saying like nah, man. I wouldn't want to fight either. But if I had a choice, a bear.
Yeah, bear.
If I have to go down swinging, I would have to say the shark. Only because I watch too many of these animal shows. I don't even know if it's possible, but I have seen some people poke the thing in the face or in the eyeball, or at least do the Heisman Trophy and get away with a shark. Whereas the bear, that's night regardless. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just bad either way, man. Like, damn.
It's all bad.
What you say, Mamba? Yeah, it's bad either way. But
it's a bird for me. Like I said, I can't even swim, man. So I'm better on my legs, man.
All right, man. Well, I'm gonna rip a page out of the NBA, man, and I'm flopping on a bear, bro. I'm gonna play. Hey, listen. When he swings on me, I'm gonna go with the swing, and I'm gonna fall, bro. And I'm playing dead, bro. And I'm gonna just pray and hope that he wasn't hungry that day. If I heard somewhere, if you play dead, that's it. You know, so
That's real.
See, in Dan's world, the question here that you're gonna get smacked by the bear, play dead, and the cat who can talk is gonna come up and say you're faking.
Now you're trying to fatality me, bro. Unless it's the cocaine bear, then you're fucking.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, that was an interesting question. That was some interesting answers, guys. All right, another one here for you, man. Would you rather be able to talk to animals or speak every human language fluently?
Oh, my God. Speak every language fluently, man. You could sell anything. Yeah, like every language, 10 out of 10.
Okay. What you got, guys?
I mean, I've seen avatars. I mean, talking to the animals, man, you can kind of run some things, bro.
Come on, man. Oh, man.
I'll probably
What about you, bro?
speak every language, though, for me. I'll speak every language.
I'm going to give you a little bit of a different answer, man. I'm talking to animals because I want to be the real life Ace Ventura pet detective.
There you go.
Listen, I'm cashing in on that sucker, man. I'm starting my own zoo and shit, man. The animals going to be the workers for me, bro.
That's right.
They're not even going to be in the cages, bro. We're going to have an understanding. So I'm going to be a billionaire off the animals, bro. Like, I'm going to let them live a comfortable life. Like, no more cages for y'all, man. If you can talk
That's right.
Act up, bro. I don't want to put you in a cage. You know what I'm saying?
Be a bunch of animals with those Laker fans just running around.
You're gonna see DTLF on Oprah, like all these birds around me, dog.
Oh, they're like, call me. Like I could say.
That would be crazy. But yeah, all right. This is my final question, but it's a two-parter, man. And chat, feel free to throw in any suggestions if you guys have any. But I gotta ask you guys, man. I thought it was funny. My girl helped me with this question. Would you rather be able to talk? Oh, so that's the same one. No. What's a good food combination people eat that you can just or what's a nasty food combination that you cannot get behind? That's the better question. Like a disgusting food combination. I'll give you an example. Like some people, man, they weird me out because they love, and no offense to the chat, but they love putting ketchup on everything. Like I'm talking, they'll be eating rice with some motherfucking ketchup.
I know plenty of people like that. Yeah.
So that's just an example. Just an example, man. If y'all got any two food combinations you cannot do, like some people hate pineapple on pizza, etc.
That's my. I'm gonna take that, man. I cannot stand pineapple. I mean, pineapples on pizza. I'm not a pineapple guy.
Really?
You don't like pineapple on pizza?
I don't know, man. I can't do it, man.
Man, I had some of that today.
About 3 days ago, man.
For me, it depends on what pizza joint, because I can't do like the pineapple pizza from Papa John's. That shit.
Yeah.
But like if it's a good spot, then I could do it.
Like a pizza place without commercials is the way to go. So it's like any like mom and pop spot.
That's right.
That's a tough question. Because I'm
Look, the chat getting involved too. Spaghetti and ketchup. Oh hell no, bro. I can't do this shit, bro. Come on, man.
Man, this is a tough one actually.
It's cold.
Let's see, ice cream and French fries. I mean, I think that's pretty. I mean, I mean, if you could eat one with one hand and one in the other, you combine it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you can't do that one, Jamar. Come on, bro. There's nasty shit out there, bro. Somebody said water and pizza. Water and pizza. Like you take a bite of the slice and then you drink water?
Or you talking about dipping in water?
Oh, dipping in water? Who does that?
Oh,
you can't rinse off no grease in there. Like,
oh, hell no, bro. You're better off brushing your teeth with pizza in that case.
Right.
That's how they like toothpaste and orange juice, man. After you brush your teeth and grab some orange juice, nah, not the move.
My man said he don't like ranch dressing on pizza. Really? Oh,
what?
Man.
Wow. I do it all the time. Dipping a little pizza in some ranch, man.
I do it all the time.
I had a friend in high school, man. He's poured a whole ranch all over the pizza.
It's like law. That's like law. It goes with it. It's law. It's like chile on tacos. Yeah. Like it's law, bro. Like
there's some pizza I can't even have it by itself. You need ranch.
Yeah, you got to.
Wait. That actually exists? Garlic ice cream?
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah. Okay, there we go. There would be my kind of any type of seasoning, like or salty that stuff on ice cream. Yeah, that's terrible. I have seen that.
Actually, that's what I don't like. Is the
you like the sweet and savory?
The hot chili pepper on ice cream?
The hot chili pepper.
What tahini?
The tahini, the tahini.
Is that what it is? Yeah, when they put that on the ice cream, or I had them put it on a smoothie.
Oh, you're talking about a raspado, right?
The red.
Oh man,
we Mexicans do that all the time.
Yeah, between that and the chamoy, like you got it. Yeah. It's an experience.
In the Hispanic culture,
yeah, it's an experience, man.
It means no harm, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
all right. Now, this is one. Listen, man, I gotta call out my people, man, because a lot of my fellow Mexican people, they do this. All right, but they'll eat beans, like a plate full of beans, and they'll have a glass of milk next to it, bro.
Wow.
Yes.
And I'm talking, your breath is
Yes.
that shit,
Wow.
Bro,
That goes
that's smelling bad out of both ends, bro.
Oh.
Like, like if I walk in the house and I see someone if I see someone doing that, it is an outside event the rest of the night. We're going outside.
Oh, my goodness, man, that's horrible, bro. I don't know how they do it, bro. That's
man.
Is there anybody in the chat that ever had beans with milk? I gotta know. I gotta get you out of there, bro. 'Cause I don't know how you survive that shit.
I seen a lot of my Latino homies do that, or that like the like the tortilla with the mayonnaise. I seen all kind of crazy shit that
Wow.
yeah,
It's-
like
It's
yeah.
gross, bro.
and but they're looking at me crazy. They're like, this is fire. I grew up trying this. I'm like,
Wait, corn and mayonnaise. I haven't been able to get on that. I haven't been
Wait,
able
what?
to get on
oh, what they
corn
love
and
this?
mayonnaise. I haven't been
Oh,
able to do it.
Hey,
Oh.
listen, man, you need some more Mexican friends in your life.
yeah. No. And yes, and you got to put the chili on that too. The team that goes on that too.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
taking this man to the local Michoacan, and I'm
Yeah, we're going. We're gonna do a live stream of you doing this stuff.
That's
Hey, let's do
bro.
it.
Yeah. No.
Now they're getting crazy with it. Frijoles, queso fresco on tacos, bro. Come on, bro. That's how they meant it.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. Elotes are fire. That's right. Pizza and ketchup? No. Say it ain't so, bro. I can't
No,
do
that's not
I don't
a.
even sound appetizing.
that. That's crazy. Well, let's
You don't need ketchup. There's tomato sauce on it already. Come on,
Hey,
man.
that's
What you doing?
somebody said people eat pickles and chocolate, bro.
Pickles and chocolate. Never heard that one.
Yeah, like
That
chocolate.
I haven't seen that. Yeah, I wouldn't.
I've seen it once at a carnival. I went to a carnival and they had like all these fried foods dipped in chocolate, bro. It was disgusting.
Wow.
And there was a pickle dipped in chocolate. So yeah, that was pretty bad.
The most I've seen is pickles dipped in the Kool-Aid.
Pickles and Kool-Aid.
You see crazy stuff at the
yeah.
fairs, man. Crazy stuff at the fairs. Like the chocolate covered bacon stuff like they do. That you see crazy stuff over there.
Whoa.
That's crazy. And I'm a foodie, guys. I'll try
Yeah,
damn near
me too.
anything. It's just some of these combinations. Like somebody said cereal and water. Listen.
Hey, back in the day.
And sometimes that's not a choice.
Man,
It's not a choice sometimes.
yeah. Listen, if you're broke, that's all you got, bro. That's all
Hey, you had to do what you had to do. Put that little evaporated milk in there, man.
Matter of fact, when I started drinking soy milk, it tasted kind of like water.
Yeah, I was about
Yeah.
to say that. What do you think this almond milk and stuff is? Like
that's
it's basically just sweetened with water and some, whatever type of mixes in there to change the color.
Yeah, back in the day, your grandma would cuss you out if you threw that cereal out. Better put some water in there.
Oh man, or if you threw away the milk carton when it
Man.
yeah, or the milk carton wasn't fully empty and you tried. Oh
Yep.
my god.
Well, this could go on for a whole episode.
Yeah.
Oh man, but that's gonna wrap it up for us, man. I appreciate y'all boys for tapping in, man. Thank you guys so much for being guests today. This is the part of the episode where I let y'all shout out anything you guys want, man. Anything. So go ahead. Anybody can take it away, man.
I'll jump in there, man. Me's the gym, man. Hit me up on Twitter, man. We getting ready for this back-to-back championship. If you ain't heard it, you heard it here first. It's going.
Hey, you called it first, my boy.
He did.
And
He did.
I'm a rep on it, baby. It's going down.
He did. About 6 months, I'm gonna get behind you on that, but I need to see it go. But you are definitely first. But now I'm gonna shout out the Los Angeles Clippers.
What?
I'm gonna shout out the Clippers because when I say thank you, I want to tell them thank you. They're 9-8 since they got stupid. You know what I mean? Welcome to the party. Welcome to the party. We left before you got there, but so we didn't get a chance to say hello. But thank you. The card's in the mail. The card is in the mail. And, we want to shout you out. But definitely want to shout out everyone on the panel. It was awesome. Shout out myself, Empire Jeff TV on YouTube. My stuff's about to get going the next week or so. So, but the whole panel, it's always cool when they come on here. And Dan, obviously, Dan is the man. We've been watching him for years and continue to watch for years. And it's honor and a privilege to be on here with him and you gentlemen. So appreciate you guys.
Thank you, bro. And by the way, go subscribe to my guy Empire Jeff TV, right? That's what you said it was called?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So yeah. Yes, sir. What you got, Mama? What you got for us?
Man,
bro?
I just appreciate you, man. Appreciate Dan, like you said, man. Been watching since the Swaggy P days, man. So, I appreciate you.
You're day one then, bro.
Appreciate the panel, man. Have fun with you guys. Hope to come on again one day.
Yes, sir.
Follow me on Instagram, driven4_greatness. You'll see music I'll drop down there. And shout out Lakers, like my man me said, man, 18, man, we coming for it, man.
It's coming.
Back to back.
Hey, that was a banger of shout outs right there. My guy said, I love the fact that you twisted it on us, man. You said shout out the Clippers, and then you just called one of their players stupid, man. If that ain't New York, I don't know.
Little April Fools mixed in there, you know what I mean? But yeah.
Bro. Yeah, you got me for a second.
I saw your face. I almost got booted off the stream. I saw it. I saw it. Your arm moved. I was like, I'm about to get booted.
No, you're good, brother.
Hey, and by the way, Dallas just took an L just now, so
Are they out?
I think they out, man. I don't know.
They're going to be out. They're going to be out.
Oh, man, that's crazy.
They traded for Kyrie and now the season over.
Oh, man. You putting that on Kyrie? No, that's for another episode.
I'm not putting on Kyrie. I'm just saying.
To be continued. To be continued.
All right, man. That's going to wrap it up for us, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat as well, man. You guys are always phenomenal getting involved. And I'll see you guys here on the next episode of Around the League. Peace out, guys.
Sure.